Hey everybody, I'm Trainer Joe. Thanks for tuning in to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 surprising ways to lose weight. I know a lot of people have clickbait out there. It's always new, surprising, whatever. These are really surprising. You tell me if they're not surprising. But before we get into it, I want to mention some of you have told me, man, I'm doing so good. I'm losing weight. I love your tips on here. You really want to go to the next level, then do a 21-day transformation. And right now we have our Black Friday deals. $59 to do a complete 21-day transformation. We give you everything you need. If you've not done one, you'll really love it. You'll be glad you did. All of the stuff we teach you is going to make even more sense. So be sure and do that. Get the pre-inflation rates. We will have an increase in January. So jump on these right now. You're going to love it. There's a link in the description. So let's get into the 3 surprising ways to lose weight. Number 1, care more about being overweight. If you're 50 pounds overweight, you must not have cared much when you was 10 pounds overweight, then 20, then 30, then 40. When does it matter? Start looking at being overweight like it is odd. Because it is odd. That's why they call it overweight. There's a normal weight, there's underweight, there's overweight. The only one that's not odd is normal weight. I had 2 friends go to Los Angeles for 2 weeks. They came back to Kentucky and they looked at me and said, "We had no idea." The wife was talking. She said, "We had no idea we were obese until they were around people that weren't." What if you were the only one of people you were around that was obese? So it needs to become something that you just don't tolerate. Okay, so that's number 1. Care more about it. Number 2 is care less about food. Oh, don't be less thankful for it. When you care less about it, you might even be more thankful for it. It's kind of like if you had surgery, let's say on your shoulder, and part of your recovery is to be on pain meds because it's very painful in the recovery. And the doctor says, I want you to take one of these pain pills every 6 hours. And you're like, oh, I love these pain pills so much, I'm going to take 3 of them every 6 hours. Okay, that's an inappropriate relationship. That's not more thankful for the pain pills. That is abusing them. And that's what people do with food, and they're like, I just love food. No, you're abusing it. So care less about it. You need to be able to walk away from a plate that has food on it. And number 3, find an easy plan to follow. You know, why would you do a plan that makes it where you can't go out to eat with your friends? Why would you do a plan where you have to eliminate entire food groups? I'm not saying that's the worst thing in the world, but you need to find a plan that you're going to be willing to stick with. Now, my plan is not necessarily easy in the beginning. For some it is. But it's teaching you what you need so that life is easier from then on. Now, I was working with the group in Lexington at a business, and one of the guys in our group, he said, "Can I ask a question?" I said, "Sure." He said, "Is anybody here finding this to be very difficult?" And the reason he said that was because he was finding it to be surprisingly easy. Now, you might say, well, and I would say, perspective is going to be a part of this. Like if I told you, hey, don't eat after 7:30 at night, you might be like, well, that's going to be really hard. But then if I said, and I'll give you $1,000 every night you do that, suddenly it's easy. So a lot of this is perspective, and we help you with the perspective. So as you're looking for an easy plan, you might want to consider mine as well. Did any of those surprise you? I hope they did. I'm Trainer Joe. Train your brain, transform your body.